The film opens with a group of boys mischievously scaring two girls with a caterpillar. However, their prank doesn't last long as a tomboyish girl arrives and throws her sandal right at the face of the prankster. The tomboyish girl is Huang Qi, who is skilled in kung fu, and according to her younger sister, Huang seems to possess the superpowers of a magical woman, as she is very strong when it comes to fighting. Additionally, ever since she was a child, Huang has disliked boys, except for her father. From that point on, the three girls became best friends and called themselves the Bad Girl Gang. Her two friends are named Pei, who is good at analyzing, and Mi, who is girly and skilled at crafting. Whenever someone bothers them, they divide tasks, with Huang is the enforcer, while Pei and Mi apply balm to their victim. Despite being a tomboyish teenager, Huang's appearance doesn't match her boyish behavior because she is very beautiful. Every day, Huang is always late to wake up, and her room is messy. Even falling out of bed doesn't wake her up. Fortunately, Huang has a caring mother and younger sister who take good care of her. Despite her tomboyish nature, Huang is very attractive to boys. This is evident when Huang is buying a garlic bread, but a boy suddenly snatches the garlic bread from his friend. Knowing this, Huang swiftly beats the boy up, but her actions catch the eye of a boy named Justin, who is a popular actor that captivated by her. At school, Huang often receives love letters from various people, but she always throws them away without reading them. Additionally, Huang has a persistent admirer who seems completely infatuated with her, repeatedly confessing his love in the hopes that she will reciprocate. Unfortunately for him, Huang, annoyed by his excessive attention, takes drastic action by kicking him with incredible force, sending him flying around the earth until he finally lands in Arabia. Unexpectedly, the young man returns the next day, dressed like an Arab, and without wasting any time, Huang kicks him again, even harder, sending him flying to Hawaii. Despite being beaten repeatedly, this young man is undeterred because he returns once again, this time wearing traditional Hawaiian clothing. Unfortunately for him, Huang once again kicks him with such force that he is sent flying to the moon. Meanwhile, Huang's appearance at school is often disheveled and unkempt. She even wears boxer shorts that are longer than her school skirt, creating an unusual and somewhat contrasting look compared to the other students. Her style often draws attention, but Huang doesn't seem to care much about what others think of her appearance. One day, Huang's school became abuzz with excitement due to the arrival of a director who wanted to use the school as a filming location. It turned out that the lead actor in the film was Justin, whose arrival caused quite a stir at the school, with some students even fainting after shaking hands with him. At that time, all the girls at the school adored Justin, except for Huang, who didn't even know who he was. It turned out, Justin is Asia's #1 pop idol, with a successful career at a very young age. The film being shot at the school is about a girl and an athlete who fall in love. Unfortunately, the filming doesn't go smoothly, as the female actress struggles to portray an athletic character, even though she has been trained in long jump for months. The scene then shifts to Huang's younger sister teasing her while threatening to tell their mother about Huang's admirer. Annoyed, Huang chases her sister into the building where the filming is taking place. As expected, Huang causes a commotion there because she is so focused on chasing her sister that she disrupts the filming activities. The crew tries to stop her, but Huang skillfully flips her body over a mat. During the flip, Huang accidentally lands directly on top of Jessica, the lead actress, injuring her. As a result, Huang is immediately scolded by the principal and the director. However, Justin suggests that Huang take over the lead female role. Reluctantly, Huang agrees. That night, Huang is seen with her two friends, feeling anxious, while her friends also doubt her ability to act. The next day, Huang is set to begin her first day of filming. When it's time for her to get her makeup done, she protests constantly because she's uncomfortable wearing a wig, and to make matters worse, the makeup artist is a man. Fortunately, the makeup team is very patient. Despite the makeup process feeling more like a brawl, they finally manage to make Huang look very beautiful. It turns out that acting isn't easy, as Huang's face appears stiff when she's asked to smile sweetly. Even so, her performance is quite impressive because a super tomboy like Huang is trying to act like a sweet girl. The scene shifts to a running sequence on the field. While the crew is moving to a new location, one crew member accidentally steps on some plants because the load he's carrying is too heavy. Knowing this, Huang quickly kicks the crew member, knocking him over, and scolds him. She then lifts the heavy load by herself with her hands. However, her actions earn her a scolding from the makeup team, as her makeup has smudged and her hair has become disheveled. Frustrated, the makeup artist spins Huang's chair around while giving her a lecture. Instead of being frightened, Huang gets dizzy and ends up vomiting. Shortly after, the running scene begins, with Huang trying her hardest to follow the directions given. However, because the scene needs to be repeated several times to achieve the perfect shot, Huang starts to feel exhausted and loses her enthusiasm. Eventually, her body weakens, and each step becomes heavier. It turned out, the source of Huang's fatigue isn't just physical exertion, but also hunger. Justin, noticing her condition, quickly steps in. Without hesitation, he hands Huang a piece of bread and puts it in her mouth to give her an energy boost. Instantly, Huang's expression changes from exhaustion to excitement after tasting the delicious bread. Re-energized, Huang starts running at full speed, not paying attention to where she's going. Not long after, lunchtime finally arrives, and everyone gathers to enjoy their meals. At that moment, it's clear that Huang is extremely hungry, as she devours her food as if she hasn't eaten in a year. She also eats so quickly that it seems like she wants to finish everything as fast as possible. On the other hand, Justin shows a very different attitude. Instead of enjoying his meal, he looks uninterested and reluctant to eat. With a displeased expression, Justin throws his lunchbox aside, showing his dislike for the food inside. Seeing this behavior, Huang and her two friends start to think that Justin is temperamental and annoying due to his impulsive actions and lack of appreciation for the food in front of him. A few days later, Huang approaches Justin and offers him a piece of bread for breakfast as a way of thanking him for giving her his bread the day before. At that moment, Justin invites Huang to get into his car, where she discovers a large assortment of delicious bread. Delighted, Huang immediately starts eating and clearly enjoys it, as Justin also tells her that she can eat as much as she wants. When filming begins, Huang struggles with a scene where she needs to cry. Even after using eye drops, she can't produce any tears. The crew comes up with the idea of cutting onions in front of Huang, but strangely, she still doesn't cry, even though the crew members are in tears themselves. Finally, Justin gets an idea and starts eating bread in front of Huang while teasing her. Seeing this, Huang ends up crying, motivated by her desire for the bread, revealing that delicious food is her biggest weakness. The scene shifts to the school of Huang's younger sister, Zossi. At that moment, the teacher asks all the students to bring snacks for a shared meal later, and she will judge which snack is the best. As is typical with students, they start boasting about their parents' cooking, while Zossi begins to feel insecure, not knowing what to prepare. Upon arriving home, Zossi asks her mother to bake a cake with her. So, they bake it together, but the result doesn't turn out well. Meanwhile, Zossi, Pei, and Me are busy trying to figure out why Huang is so influenced by and has seemingly fallen for Justin. Their curiosity grows until they discover the reason. It's all because of Justin's baked goods. Eager to taste these delicious treats, the three of them sneak in and secretly steal some of Justin's pastries without anyone knowing. When they finally taste the pastries, they are shocked at how incredibly delicious they are, far exceeding their expectations. The next filming scene arrives, where Huang and Justin are required to shoot a romantic scene involving a kiss. Surprisingly, both Justin and Huang perform the scene very well. However, after the kiss, both of them can't stop thinking about it, especially since it was their first kiss. As the result, Huang starts confiding in her mother about her feelings. It seems that Huang is beginning to fall in love with Justin. Therefore, her mother tells Huang that if a man eats your cooking with satisfaction, it's a sign that his love is reciprocated. Knowing this, Huang becomes very happy and goes shopping. In her joyful mood, she even joins a flash mob dance with the people in the market. The scene then shows Huang cooking, casually tossing vegetables into hot oil without much thought. Because of this, her friends and family are terrified of her cooking methods. Unfortunately, the final result is far from appetizing, but Huang still decides to give the food to Justin, who is immediately skeptical that Huang actually cooked it herself. While eating, Justin suddenly starts opening up to his friends, revealing his deep-seated feelings that being an actor hasn't brought him the happiness he expected. With a slightly trembling voice, Justin shares that his mother passed away when he was a child, leaving a deep scar in his heart. This loss was compounded by the death of his father when Justin was a teenager. Apparently, his father owned a bakery, and Justin grew up knowing and loving the world of bread. In fact, Justin has a hobby of baking, a passion he inherited from his father and truly enjoys. However, because of the demands of his career as an actor, with daily filming schedules, this hobby has been neglected, adding to his feelings of loss and dissatisfaction in life. Because of this, Huang takes Justin to a bridge where they shout out their dreams. At that moment, Huang's act reminds Justin of her father's advice, who said that he should shout out what's on our minds. Additionally, her father also told her that by being true to oneself, one will find happiness. After that, Justin looks at Huang with admiration, sensing the free spirit that she possesses. While Huang shares that she was actually adopted and that her adoptive father taught her kung fu to ensure she would always be strong. Their growing closeness catches the attention of Justin's uncle, who warns him to keep his distance from Huang, arguing that it isn't good for his career. Justin immediately refuses, not wanting his life to be too controlled as he wants to be himself. On the other hand, Huang and Zossi are trying to bake a delicious cake. Huang, filled with confidence, bakes the cake, but the result is worse than her mother's attempt, as the cake is completely burnt. Believing that the taste might differ from its appearance, Zossi tries the cake, but she ends up vomiting because of it. However, luck seems to be on their side, as Justin suddenly passes by their house and helps them bake bread. Because of this, it's Huang's turn to be amazed. As Justin is about to leave, he thanks Huang for helping him embrace his true self, and Huang asks him to bake bread for her every day. Sometime later, the time comes for Zossi to present her bread to the teacher. It turns out that her classmates didn't make the bread they had boasted about the day before, while the bread Zossi brought is a hit with everyone because it's so delicious. Even Justin's uncle, who had previously been against their relationship, admits that his bread is incredibly tasty. As the result, he softens and tells Justin to attend a special French baking school and to stop seeing Huang. Unfortunately, Justin can only say goodbye to Huang over the phone, and he feels very sad as he recalls the joyful and spirited times they spent together. At the same time, Huang is deeply troubled by this, causing her family and two best friends to feel sad as well. Fortunately, Huang's father returns home from a work trip and seems to be a source of comfort for her. He then takes Huang to practice kung fu, where they both end up battered and bruised. Together, they treat each other's injuries and apply medicinal patches. At that moment, Huang receives a lot of advice from her father, which makes her cry, but she eventually moves on and becomes stronger. Meanwhile, Justin is in France, diligently learning how to make delicious bread, and he returns a few months later. When Justin tries to meet with Huang, she angrily lashes out, upset that he comes and goes as he pleases. She even throws away the flowers and bread he brought. Undeterred, Justin bakes an incredibly delicious bread for Huang while whispering to the dough. That day coincides with the premiere of their film. Everyone is watching it except for Huang, who chooses to lie in bed, uninterested in seeing Justin's face on the screen. However, Zossi wakes her up and gives her a piece of bread, saying she got it from a new shop near their house. Huang immediately realizes that the delicious bread must have been made by Justin. Unfortunately, the shop is already closed. As Huang is on her way home, she passes by a studio where everyone is watching her movie. At the same time, Justin sees Huang. So he immediately hands her the bread he made and tells her that it took him a year to find edible flowers to incorporate into the dough as a way to express his feelings. Hearing this, Huang finally softens and starts to cry, and then they kiss. Meanwhile, everyone is amazed by their movie and comments that Huang's acting is excellent. Thanks to the film's success, Huang becomes a famous actress, and her relationship with Justin develops smoothly. Moral lesson from the story: when life throws a sandal at your face, make sure you learn kung fu, so you can kick it right back to the moon, and remember, bread can solve almost anything, even love troubles.